Introducing Mr. Money.
Send your money
instantly.
Top up your airtime
Instantly.
Pay your bills
Instantly.
Airtel money
Instantly.
Send your money instantly. Safety is guaranteed. It don't matter how far it is. It reaches safe and quickly. Pay your water bills immediately. And also pay for DSTV. Or top up airtime real quickly. Send your money
Instantly.
Top up your airtime
Instantly.
Pay your bills
Instantly.
Airtel money
Instantly.
Hi, I am Mr. Money, and I bring you Airtel Money, the fastest, safest way to send money, pay bills, top up, and more. With Airtel Money, you can do more instantly.
Airtel Money. Simple, secure, instant.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
Want to just get out of town with your friends and family? Are you having a corporate getaway and have no adequate transport? Then this here is what you need to listen to. A brand new 35-seater Yutong luxury bus is now up for hire at an affordable and negotiable rate. It comes fully equipped with aircon, TV for your relaxation, music soothing your trip, and DVD players to give you variety. Book now by calling 0955 0966 or 977 844 141.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Chipsy potato chips. We know you'll love them.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Pure jungle.
Good evening, and you are most welcome to Prime Television's main news bulletin. To present it, I'm Abigail Mtale. The headlines. UPND assures Zambians of economic freedom if voted into power in 2016. ABZ condemns PF government over failure to provide roadmap on the constitution. Residents of Sichili in Mlovezi commend RIA for connecting power. And in international news, Mali reports first case of Ebola. For these and many more interesting stories, stay tuned. And now the news in detail. United Party for National Development, UPND, has assured the people of Zambian economic freedom as voted into power in 2016. UPND President Hakainde Hichilema says Zambians deserve to be freed from poverty, a situation that has crippled, resulting into most of those not having decent meals. Mr. Hichilema has called on all Zambians to ensure they support and work the UPND for better economic policies and employment as well as free education. The UPND President has further assured the freedom fighters of economic liberty and provision of food for their commitments to the nation. He was speaking when he donated foodstuffs to senior citizens in Chawama and John Lane in Lusaka in commemoration of Zambia's 50th Golden Jubilee celebration.
My freedom fighters wamene vanatipasa independence tionga zikomo munagwira ntchito koma ija ntchito munagwira inali yakuti maboma amene azabwera kumbuyo oku azabweresa chitukuko. That was the intention, that the freedom that we achieved politically would deliver economic independence. But today, we don't have it. That is why we in the UPND said, yeah, sizaenda kumwa waini kuja. Tizaenda kuchawama, tikaone bantu bamene bavutika. Na bebe waini baifuna koma sibayiwona waini. That's why tabwera kuno. Kuchawama tinkale na imwe.
The Daughters of Mary Immaculate has joined in commemorating the event in different ways with special prayers dedicated to President Michael Sata. National Coordinator Jane Myler has for this reason urged women in the country to pray for President Sata's quickest recovery. Sister Myler also observes that women can contribute to Zambia politically if they change their mindset. She was speaking in Lusaka during the DMI Women Federation on the sidelines of the 50th Independence Jubilee celebrations. Sister Myler thanks First Republican President Dr. Kenneth Kaunda and other gallant freedom fighters for his immense contribution to liberate Zambia from the colonial rule. Life in rural areas of Mulobezi district has taken a new shape after Rural Electrification Authority, REA, helps to connect electricity through solar system. Residents of Sichili in Mulobezi indicate that life has now become bearable as access to electricity has increased in the area. In a media tour of Sichili, REA Corporate Affairs Manager Justin Mukosa says the aim of connecting the people is to help improve their lives. Mr. Mkosha adds that connecting rural areas has helped people to improve their lives and businesses. And speaking to journalists, Mulobezi District Commissioner Mwanamwalia Albertina says development is growing because of electricity. Daniel Tonga was in Sichili and now brings us more in this report.
When I complete my education, I just want to be a journalist.
Dreams to become a journalist for 13-year-old Nachili Mamukanda of Sichili Basic School in Sichili Mulobezi are high. Few years, these dreams were frustrated because there was no electricity to help extend studying in the night. But now, her dreams have been revived. Rural Electrification Authority, REA, has helped connect power in Sichili through solar system.
I used to study at night, but when they brought electricity into our district, I came used to study in the night.
A place of a population of over 1,000 people, Sichili is 149 kilometers from Livingstone. Electricity in this area, apart from helping pupils to study more, it has helped improve businesses for traders.
Kuma chape marua meli spasili sabwino kuma niwona kuti chilibwino mani ine chape kukamba change kwe kuti monga bachita kuti baonjeze kufuti tuone mama chilili maona masiku aja tunalipa mabucha au tuyoke tunalipa mabucha masiku aja tunalipa mabucha masiku aja tunalipa chitene chiti mapekali tunalibe masiku alumai tulinawo mani chifuka yachani chifuka chamala ichi.
In the near future, I think this power, if we could have a big machines that we could be using this power so that we can have stand for us, it would be a plus.
Mwanamalwa Albertina is Mulowezi District Commissioner and feels electricity in Sichili has brought development and spur growth.
Mulowezi and Sichili, let's now talk about the rural electrification, this which we did. Sichili Rural Electrification Project, this was newly done and designated in Mulowezi District in the Western Province and then it was commissioned by the Rural Electrification Authority, those people who came to do the work. And in short, we are calling you people, we are calling these people RIA. This was on the 5th March 2012.
Life in Sichili has changed, investment has grown, household costs have become less, a hospital is now functioning well. This change is attributed greatly to the provision of power by Rural Electrification Authority. For Prime TV News, Daniel Tonga in Sichili, Mulowezi.
Thank you so much, Daniel, for that report. A political activist, Dante Saunders, says time has come for all old leaders to surrender the realms of power to the younger generation. Mr. Saunders expresses disappointment to note that leaders who were there during the colonial era are still actively participating in active leadership roles of the country. He states that this has a negative bearing on the country's development agenda, saying old people are no longer moving with the changing global world. He cited leaders such as Finance Minister Alexander Chikwanda, Southern Province Minister Daniel Munkombwe, President Michael Sata, among others, as leaders who should consider retiring from their positions to pave way for fresh blood.
I don't like the position people of my age are leaving for the people of Zambia today. I think we should have been way ahead of where we are. We should be well ahead. Time for me has gone. We were used when we took over our country. And I see no reason why Dante Saunders, Michael Sata, all those people who are my age group should still continue to be in politics today. We should give way and leave room for you young people. It is you people that know what you need in society to be able to take your way forward.
But Zambian Voice Executive Director Chilufya Tayali has questioned Mr. Saunders, saying being young should not be a qualification to leadership. Mr. Tayali says any Zambian, whether young or old, should be allowed to serve the country at any level. He has further condemned people opposing the political comeback of former President Rupia Banda. Mr. Tayali says if Mr. Banda wants to return to active politics, then he should be allowed to exercise his political right.
Rupia Banda come with his old age, with his experience. And if you want to stand as a young person, come stand on the platform. Sell yourself to the people. Let the people choose. Let the people see that this man is not capable to lead. He may be old, but if he has the capability and abilities to lead this nation, what's wrong with that? Our young people, yes, our young people want to ascend into leadership. And I think Zambians have not failed to give an opportunity for the young people. Zambians, they are very generous. They have not failed to give our young people a chance, a platform to be leaders. But we know ourselves. We are young people, most of us here are young people. We know ourselves how some of these young people have behaved. We know how they have behaved.
Mufulira District Commissioner Chandakawe has directed Rankin Consultancy, a company engaged to supervise the roadworks on the Pedco Road in Mufulira District, to transfer a named agent supervisor for alleged cruelty towards Zambians working on the project. Mr. Kawe has named the supervisor as Ramesh Suryawanshi, whom he has accused to beating up workers and asking for sexual favors from female employees. The district commissioner has told Prime Television in a statement that Mr. Ramesh has been threatening some female workers who were attached to his office as housekeepers with dismissals. He says he does not want to see Mr. Ramesh in the district or the contractor risk losing the contract. The Pedicle Road passes through the Democratic Republic of Congo and links the Copper Belt and Wapula provinces. General Kanine's father, Leonard Dimba, has appealed to governments to find ways of releasing General Kanine during this year's Jubilee celebrations. Mr. Dimba says it is not well with the Dimba family because Kanine is the one who has been looking after the whole family always. He says this is the year of reflection and forgiveness and government must feel sorry for Kanine and release him. Mr. Dimba says it is important for government to listen to calls from the family and help them. He says from the time General Kanine was arrested, the family has never been the same.
Ninjala yamene yakuti mwana ndiye anali kututandiza mwana ndiye anali kututandiza tonse mu family chifukwa ifetu okay ifetu madala tusebenza nasi anali kusebenza mboma manje nasi yakudala nchito mu 19 kulibe jamene tungakambe chifukwa ife tulibe mpavu koma boma ili na mpavu boma ikamanga muntu nichi yamupezera mulandu so chamene tulipo chabe manje ni kupempa boma uti kulibe njira inango yamene wangatutandizire kumwana watu.
You are watching Prime Television's main news bulletin. Before we take a commercial break, a recap of the stories that are making headlines. UPND assures Zambians of economic freedom if voted into power in 2016. ABZ condemns PF government over failure to provide roadmap on their constitution. Residents of Sichili in Mulowezi commend RIA for connecting power. Stay tuned.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Mr. Money.
Send your money instantly. Top up your airtime instantly. Pay your bills instantly. Airtel Money instantly. Send your money instantly. Safety is guaranteed. It don't matter how far it is. It reaches safe and quickly. Pay your water bills immediately. And also pay for DSTV. Or top up airtime real quickly. Send your money instantly. Top up your airtime instantly. Pay your bills instantly. Airtel Money instantly. Hi, I am Mr. Money and I bring you Airtel Money, the fastest, safest way to send money, pay bills, top up, and more. With Airtel Money, you can do more instantly.
Airtel Money. Simple, secure, instant.
Girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Potato sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
Thank you so much for still staying with us. We now continue with the news. Alliance for a Better Zambia has commended the Patriotic Front government for releasing the draft constitution. Party President Frank Walia says it is important that the PF administration has lived to its promise of releasing the much-anticipated constitution. Further, Walia has, however, expressed disappointment that the constitution has no clear roadmap as regards to the referendum. He says despite the documents being released, the PF have still pushed the process behind as they are calling for a consensus to dialogue over the referendum. He says the PF should not think they are clever by delaying the process by not fulfilling including the referendum in the document.
PF has not doctored the document. They have not removed the clauses over which are agreeable, but with PF they think there is still controversy, consensus has not yet been built. It is PF who thinks that way. Draft. So we are happy that PF has not tempered with the document. However, we are very disappointed that PF has clearly indicated that they want another round of discussions to build consensus. Consensus for what? So what we suspect is that PF is going to come up with a plan on how these debates are going to be undertaken throughout the country. So the money that they have put in the budget will be wasted on this process, which is unnecessary.
Residents of Chivolia compound have called on relevant authorities to come in and help the people concerning the deal that their area member of parliament made with foreign investors. Speaking on behalf of the residents, Ed Shanambe, a Chivolia resident, has questioned how the area MP was able to strike a deal with the investor when he has never discussed the matters with residents. He says a deal involves $250 million that is meant to upgrade the state of the compound, the statement which he described as a shoddy deal. Mr. Shanambe says the MP does not have the interests of the people at heart, stating that there was no way a supermarket would be built without the involvement of the community. Recently, the area member of parliament, Gary Chanda, had announced that some investors want to invest in Misisi compound by setting up a supermarket.
We've received news from the area member of parliament who has the mandate of the people, entrusted by the people, that he has issued a statement some fortnight ago concerning a deal which he has clinched, we don't know how, with some so-called investor from South Africa concerning the upgrading of Chivolia compound. And that deal, we are told, is going to cost about $250 million US. And the $250 million US is our major concern and interest, especially at a time when our country has not mitigated many other serious issues, and they have just identified Chivolia as a priority. And I wish to believe that the area member of parliament single-handedly cannot source the $250 million US, since he has no capacity at all. He's not the Minister of Finance, and he is not in the Commerce and Industry Department of this country, and we feel there is something wrong.
Several people in Lusaka joined hands to celebrate 50 years of Golden Jubilee celebrations held at Heroes Stadium. A lot of activities were lined up to celebrate 50 years of Zambia's independence. Last night, hundreds of Zambians at National Heroes Stadium in Lusaka raised the Zambian flag to mark Zambia's Jubilee independence anniversary. Celebrations continued in most parts of the country.
Doctored. Agreeable, but with PF
we seem to have a problem with that clip. Moving on, farmers in rural areas have been advised to store some maize and avoid selling all the maize to the Food Reserve Agency. Speaking in an interview with Prime TV, Chief Chipepo of Chipepo Village says the trend of farmers selling all of their produce to government should come to an end. Chief Chipepo says rural farmers that do not store food usually suffer from shortages of food. He says the farmers in the area should not rely on government always to come to their aid when they have the food at their disposal. He says there is need to educate the community on the importance of reserving food to help them feed their families.
It's not a good thing. Let people reserve their foods at their levels. When you harvest, let people come to you and buy. And make sure that you remain with enough food to feed you up to the next time when you are going to harvest. Now, when you sell everything and then you find towards the end of the day you have got no food, that is not a good a policy which is there. Let us educate our people that they should not just sell food anyhow.
You are still watching Prime Television's main news bulletin with me, Abigail Mtali. Coming up after the break in international news, Mali reports first case of Ebola. Stay tuned.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Chipsy potato chips. We know you'll love them.
Welcome back. Mali has reported that one of its citizens contracted the Ebola virus, the first case reported in the landlocked West African state. Mali's health ministry in the capital Bamako confirms the case on Thursday. A medical source told Al Jazeera that the patient is a 2-year-old child who tested positive for the virus after arriving from Guinea with her grandmother. The same source said the patient comes from the city of Kai, about 400 kilometers southeast from Bamako, the capital. Mali shares a border with Guinea and is the only country which has not sealed its border with the Ebola-hit neighboring country. As of October 19, there were 1,289 confirmed cases in Guinea with a total of 904 deaths. U.S. and Allied aircraft have flown nearly 6,600 sorties in the air war against the Islamic State in Iraq and the Levant Group and dropped more than 1,700 bombs, the American military said. The flights for Operation Inherent Resolve includes thousands of mid-air fueling runs, surveillance, sorties, and 632 airstrikes in Iraq and Syria, according to U.S. Central Command on Thursday. The latest tally was released 1 month since the U.S.-led coalition extended its air campaign from Iraq into Syria in a bid to counter the advance of the ISIL fighters. The effect of the open-ended air campaign remains the subject of debate, with the White House saying the group has been damaged by the strikes and critics pointing to ISIL's battlefield successes despite the raids. We monitor Al Jazeera for more on International Roundup.
Canadian police say the gunman who killed a soldier before opening fire in Canada's parliament acted alone and was planning to travel to Syria. Newly released CCTV pictures show 32-year-old Michael Zehaf Bibo brandishing a gun and forcing bystanders to run for cover. He was later shot dead.
He was in town to deal with a passport issue, but that he was also hoping to leave for Syria. We also learned yesterday that the beige vehicle used by the suspect was purchased on October 21st, 2014. There were concerns at the initial stage of the emergency response that there may have been more than one individual involved. Our partners at the Ottawa Police Service and the RCMP agreed that yesterday Zehaf Bibo acted alone.
A doctor in New York has tested positive for the Ebola virus. He'd recently returned from West Africa and had gone through an enhanced screening process when he landed at JFK Airport. And a sixth West African country has now reported a case of Ebola. A 2-year-old girl in Mali who travelled from neighbouring Guinea has been confirmed with the disease.
We have already put into force the emergency response to Ebola. We were ready from before the case was diagnosed. This morning we had a rehearsal at a hospital. Experts arrived from abroad to evaluate our plan of action. We have always taken the threat of Ebola seriously, and that is why we have been making sure we can respond quickly. We are now ready to face Ebola.
It's 300 days since 3 Al Jazeera journalists were arrested in Egypt. Mohammed Fahmy, Peter Grester and Bahar Mohammed remain falsely accused of helping the outlawed Muslim Brotherhood. Al Jazeera continues to call for their immediate release. US military commanders say ISIL fighters in Syria have been hit by 15 new airstrikes. Al Jazeera has obtained exclusive video from inside the devastated town of Kobane in northern Syria. Kurdish forces have been battling ISIL fighters there for weeks with help from US-led coalition airstrikes.
To end the news, the headlines once again. UPND assures Zambians of economic freedom if voted into power in 2016. ABZ condemns PF government over failure to provide roadmap on the constitution. Residents of Sichili in Mulobezi commend RIA for connecting power. And finally, in international news, Mali reports first case of Ebola. Thank you so much for your time. This has been Abigail Mtale. Pleasant viewing.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Potato sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Mr. Money.
Send your money instantly. Top up your airtime instantly. Pay your bills instantly. Airtel Money instantly. Send your money instantly. Safety is guaranteed. It don't matter how far it is. It reaches safe and quickly. Pay your water bills immediately. And also pay for DSTV. Or top up airtime real quickly. Send your money instantly. Top up your airtime instantly. Pay your bills instantly. Airtel Money instantly. Hi, I am Mr. Money, and I bring you Airtel Money, the fastest, safest way to send money, pay bills, top up, and more. With Airtel Money, you can do more instantly.
Airtel Money. Simple, secure, instant.